out there in YouTube land? What's going on? This here's Melody Doolittle. Now, I know y'all signed in to watch Crocker Simply Southern, my sister Melanie and her husband George, but I'm just going to tell y'all right now, they've been real busy. Their son Matt, he's moving, and so they've been helping him. They had to drive down there and help him load up and all that kind of stuff, and they tired, and they just don't feel like making videos. But I thought, I'll help a sister out. I'll hop on her channel and just say hey to everybody. Now, for you people just tuning in for the very first time, my name is Melody Doolittle, and I am Melanie's twin sister. Now, she's 2 years older than me, but we still twins. And so every now and then I just hop on the channel and kind of help their ratings go up. You know what I mean? I think they're kind of boring is what I'm saying. All they ever do is George rides that dang tractor round and round in circles in the dirt, and then they show some goats sometimes. They're pretty cute. And maybe they're dogs, and that's about it. Now, Melanie might try to put out a cooking video sometime, but I'm telling y'all, I'm her sister. I know, she ain't that good a cook. So, they really struggle for stuff to put on that YouTube stuff, so I am here to help a sister out. And so I got to thinking, what could I talk about to these YouTube folks? These here long fangled dangled earrings get caught up on my shirt and stuff sometime, but they beauties, ain't they? Oh yeah. Anyway, I got to thinking I'd talk to y'all about mamas. Now, we all got them, right? We ain't all got them no more, but we all had one at one time. Now, me and Melanie's mom, she done passed away. She's been gone about 16 years now. And it's sad when you lose your mom, it's a part of you that you just think's gonna be there forever, and one day she ain't. And so it's kind of sad on our part that we done lost our mama, and we done been without her for 16 years, and we pretty young as it is, and so we had to go a long time without our mama, and but she was a good mama while she was here, and let me just tell you a little backstory about my mama now. She worked all our life when we was growing up. She worked all day long, and when she'd come home, she'd cook us supper, and she kept our clothes done and all that stuff. Now, my daddy helped too, 'cause he worked too, and on the weekends, this was how they did their house. On the weekends, they'd get up on Saturday morning, and Mama and Daddy both would clean that house up. They each had their own chores, and me and Melanie didn't have to do too much. They kind of let us slide, but we'd do a few things here and there, dust rag here and there. And then after they'd finish at about lunchtime, then my daddy would get out there and start mowing the yard, and my mama and me and Melanie, we'd all get dressed and we'd go down to the grocery store and we'd buy our groceries. And so that's just kind of how we grew up. Now, Melanie, she got, I guess, trying to be like that. She, her and her old George, they've been together about 42 years. Can you imagine that with the same person? And, they was together before they even had them children, and they stayed together the whole time they had them children, and now their children is grown men, and they still together. Now, that's just crazy is what I'm saying. Spend your whole life with one man? Oh, laws of mercy. Now, y'all joining in for the first time, I got me a George. His name is Joe Bob Doolittle. And me and Joe Bob, we got us 3 boys. We got Dale and Daryl with 1 R and Daryl with 2 R's. And we just couldn't think of another name, and that was pretty good enough for us, is what I'm saying. Anyway, Joe Bob was in and out, and it wasn't until just a few months ago that we really found out that he was the daddy to all 3 of my boys. And as one of my boys said, after I've been on Maury Povich 5 or 6 times, it's about time, dang, that earring get caught up on my shirt. Anyway, where was I at? Them earrings done got me messed up. Yeah, talking about me and Joe Bob and me being on Maury Povich. And so Melanie, this is the kind of mama she was. she wanted to stay at home and raise them young'uns. She didn't want to get out of the house and work. She wanted to get up with them, fix their breakfast, play with them, fix their lunch, put them down for a nap, fix their supper, play with them, and all that kind of stuff. Lord have mercy, girls. Let me tell you something. Old Dale, when Dale was born, it was just me and Dale for a while, and so I just wanted to get out and have fun, and so I'd leave him like maybe at the park, and I'd tell him, hey Dale, go over there and play on that round and round thing, that ring around the rosy thing, and Mom will be back in a little while. And then I'd walk them down the street, and I'd meet me somebody that wasn't Joe Bob, and we'd go out for a little bit, and then when I'd come back, poor old little Dale, he was still going round and round, and he's always so sick. Oh man, I tell you what. Anyway, and then them other two Darryls came along, and man, that really was too much for me, because I hadn't planned on all that many kids, if you know what I mean. And so I did the best I could, and them boys had to do their best they could too, because Joe Bob wasn't around. He just came around to make them babies, and then he left, if you know what I mean. And then, so I believe old Darryl with 2R said one time I made them bathe in a little old cement tub somewhere where they couldn't even hardly get their toes up in it. But you just gotta do what you gotta do. And that's how this mama business runs, And so then you give all you got to them little young'uns growing up, right? Well, she did. I didn't give all I got. I gave all I got to somebody else, like Joe Bob and some other people. But old Melanie, she gave everything to old George and them 3 boys. And then she was a crazy mama, I gotta tell you. Not only did she want to stay home with them all day, but when her oldest old son, Matt, when he started school, Melanie would take them old twin boys she got, old Jason and Jared, she'd take them up to school with her and volunteer to read books to Matt's class. She didn't even get paid for it, y'all. She just went up there, like 3 kids wasn't enough, and then she goes in the room with 20. I swear that girl ought to have her marbles checked. They just rolling around. And then after all that, she decided she was going to be a teacher and work at that school all them years, 20-something years with all them kids. Oh man, well anyway, my point was, all them boys played sports, they'd play that little league baseball from the time they could hardly walk. I think her and George made them do it. I don't think none of them boys wanted to. That's just what I'm saying. I'm sticking to it. And Melanie, she's one of them baseball moms, you know what I mean? She learned how to do the scorebook and all that, and she'd help the coach out and do the scorebook and all. And then she was a show-off. They'd always ask for volunteers. Hang old earrings. Y'all, it's home. All right. Pretty, ain't they? Can y'all see them good? Dangling. I like them. The lower they dangle, the better, and the brighter they shine, the better. So Melanie, she'd go up to the press box, wherever they call it, and they needed volunteers, Somebody had to keep the books. Well, she already knew how to do that, so she didn't mind. And somebody had to announce. And every now and then she'd take on that job too, because she liked being somebody. I'm talking over the big speaker, y'all, and, somebody's on first, rounding second, and all that kind of stuff. Me, the kind of ma I was, I told my boys, you want to play baseball? Get you a rock and a stick and get out there and hit it. And if it goes far enough, then run somewhere and just keep running. And when you get hungry for supper, then come on back, because I may or may not be here with something to eat, So we was just 2 total different parents is what I'm trying to say. Them boys had a different upbringing than my boys. And they all just about the same age. I'm sure y'all have seen them all on TV on this YouTube thing. And they all just about the same size, same shape. They all pretty good looking boys, even though they got that George as a daddy. Now, not everybody can be as good looking as Joe Bob. And I gotta say, Joe Bob wasn't around for all them important things, but dang it, he was around when I needed him, if you know what I mean. And he's a looker and a smoocher and all that kind of stuff. So, I just think I got the better end of the deal when it came to men. But I must say, when it came to mamas, I think she's a little better at it than me, because I just didn't really care all that much about that stuff. Well, anyway, And then them kids, they get past that baseball stage, and then they do all them other sports, all that football and all that basketball, and that stuff starts from the time. Heck, I think them kids started that t-ball stuff before they was even in school. I don't know. And they played sports all the way, doing all kind of weird stuff, and she was always there to support them and all. And my boys didn't even really like to go to school, much less stay in school and play sports too, so we didn't really have that issue. And then all our boys went off to school for a little bit and stuff. Well, mine didn't go, hers did. Mine didn't even finish high school, but y'all don't tell her I done told her, I done made up some of them diploma things, to make them look like they done did graduate, and we hung them up on the wall in our little cabin and all that stuff. Y'all saw our little house, didn't you, over there? Not too long ago, us and Double R Daryl showed y'all our Taj Mahal out there on the ranch. Y'all didn't see that? Y'all ought to go check that out. That was over on that, well, I'll put the link down below so y'all can check out our house, the Taj Mahal. And we'd hang them boys' diplomas on the wall so everybody know they was done educated. Well, her kids did some of that college scene and all that kind of stuff, and then they all moved away to Dallas. Now, Old Melanie, and where I am, we all south. We real far south, and they moved real far north. And I always told her, I said, you know what, Melanie, that's payback for you leaving our mama and moving 800 miles away across the country, and there you was just youngin', man. You was just still a baby yourself. And old mama, she'd cry and cry about you. She didn't give a flip about me. I was still hanging around there. She didn't care. It was the great one, Melanie, had moved off. Well, anyway, she got payback because all her boys moved far off too, and I really can't help but laugh about it a little bit. Now, my old boys, gosh, dog, they still hanging around me all the time. I don't know if I'll ever be rid of them things, but hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess. And so then our kids grow up, right? And we raised them, we took them to church, and we taught them their ABCs before they even started school, and we taught them the golden rule, and Melanie even taught her Sunday school sometime. Good grief. She's just a glutton for punishment, I'm telling you. And then our boys grow up. Now, sometimes they do stuff that mamas don't like. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes they do stuff. They do stuff and they won't even talk to the mamas about it. They just go on and do it like they know everything. And sometimes they flub up pretty bad, if you know what I'm talking about. Because I gotta say, all our kids are flubbed up. And all you people out there on YouTube watching, if you got perfect kids, I want to hear about it, because I ain't never heard of a perfect kid out there. But I tell you what I think makes a good mom, and it ain't me, but it's what I seen from Sister Melanie. You gotta love your kids no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta agree with everything them youngsters do. Heck to the no. But you still gonna love them. You gonna scold them too, if you know what I mean. If you love them. I ain't really scold mine either, because, But she'd scold hers if they did stuff wrong, and I still think to this day she does that. I think she'll go tell them when they done flubbed up and stuff like that. But in the end, old Melanie, she's loyal to them boys. She sure does love them. And I got to tell you, I love my boys too. I do. They some good boys. But, it is what it is, what I'm saying. So, what I think I'm trying to say is, if y'all out there on YouTube watching and your mama's still alive, you need to call her up right now and tell her that you love her. And if she lives close to you, get in your car and go over there and see her. You know what I'm saying? Tell your ma you love her. Tell her you appreciate that she changed your diapers when you was a baby. And she fed you when you was a baby. Sometimes women even nurse them babies. You know what I mean? That's giving up a lot of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then they buy you clothes, and they work for you, and they feed you, and they teach you stuff, and they take care of you, and they when you fall down and your knees are scratched up, they pick you up and they kiss them scratched little knees and they tell you they love you, you know? And so, anybody, if y'all out there and y'all having difficulties with your mama, I know I'm telling you right now, and it's the truth. You better get on that phone or get in that car and go make it right with your mama, because you only got one, you know? Know what I'm saying? You only got the one, so you better make it good with your mom. Now, that being said, I think even though my boys ain't like everybody else's, we all get along. We just got the kind of relationship where, you know, we know what each other's thinking, basically, so we don't have to say it out loud. Now, most people, though, they need to verbalize. That's a big word, ain't it? Then most people need to verbalize with the children. They need to talk to them and find out what's going on in their head. But mamas, tell me if I got it right or not. The main thing is that a mama's going to love her babies, right? Whether the babies are right or the babies are wrong, that mother's love is still there. Now, I think I'm about done ranting on about mamas, because I about had it up to there. That ain't one of my favorite subjects. And so, I did hijack their channel, like I done told you. They've been busy. And so, if you didn't mind old Melody Doolittle coming to pay a visit, I want you to comment below and tell old Melanie and George that you just soon they left and hit the road and let old Melody take over. I'm just saying. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And share the video. Heck yeah! Put this out here for the whole world to see, the universe. You know what I'm saying? Old Melanie and them, they got some people from all over the world. A little bit of them here and there. You know, you got some Scotland, Jamaica, some French. You got some Dominican Republic. You got some Puerto Rico. I know I'm forgetting a bunch of them because they're from Australia. They just come from all kind of places to watch. And I know that Melanie and George's subscriptions is just going to go out of the roof now that I'm up here. And so, if y'all really want some entertainment, y'all just need to tell them folks that you'd rather Melody Doolittle be on. Now, if you like my good-looking Joe Bob, I might make some arrangements for him to come around. I don't know, he's camera shy and all that stuff. I can't make no promises about my boys, because they always wherever they want to be. But, anyway, if you want more Melody, you just put it down there in the comments below. And so, I'm going to wrap this up by saying, I had a good mama, and I love my mama. And Dale, Daryl, and Daryl might not love me as much as I think they should, but I think I love them enough to make up for it. And I'll tell you another thing. My old sister Melanie, she loves them boys. She's got a Matt, and a Jason, and a Jared. And she loves them all equally, you know what I'm saying? Each one of them's got something about them that she loves. Personally, I don't see the appeal in any of them, but she does, of course. And so, you know, if you like them Crocker boys and you think, oh, Melanie did a good job, comment below and tell her. She needs to hear that stuff sometime, you know. And George, too. He was one of them dads that he was at them baseball games, too, unless he had to work. And, you know, another thing was, he was a policeman. Can you believe that? I'd have never been married to a policeman. That just would not have worked for me. But they were different, you know. They went to church and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, when he was a policeman, he'd go police patrol around them baseball parks, and every now and then he'd get to see his kid hit a home run or something like that. And when he wasn't working, he was there. But it was a lot of times, you know how it is. Men's got to work and a woman's got to stay at home. Sometimes they got to do both. And so that's it. I ran out of stuff to talk about. I am a Doolittle. Them Crocker boys, they don't want, especially one of them, he really likes to talk a lot. He has 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 6 channels, and he likes to talk a lot. But I don't like to talk that much, so I'm through. If y'all want to see more Melody Doolittle, if you want to see Joe Bob, let us know. Otherwise, have a good day, and maybe you see me again sometime, y'all.